Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another episode. Today I'm going to give my thoughts on Barnett International's training courses. I'm sure you guys have heard about this company before. They are a company that specializes in these training courses. They offer courses from anywhere from someone who's interested in data management, study coordinator, basically any position, project management, CRA, auditors. They offer them across medical devices, regulatory affairs, safety, statistics. They're pretty comprehensive with what they offer and the type of courses that they do offer. And I'm sure because of the marketing, I'm sure because, there's just not much information out there on clinical research, you have come across this company. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, this particular episode is they sent me a kind of like a catalog of courses in the mail randomly. I don't know how I got it, but they sent me a catalog of courses for the 2019 to the 2020 year of the courses that they're going to be offering. And I thought this was a great episode topic because one, I am going to, of course, I have the course catalog right here with me, but I've gotten some questions about training courses that people should take. Should they take these courses? What situations should they take them in? So I'm going to give my take on that here in a second. But particularly, these courses are not cheap. And I'll kind of talk about more of this in later on in the episode. But these courses are not cheap, and they're taught by someone who has a whole bunch of letters and degrees behind their name. And so I could see how it's easy for someone to think that, okay, in order to get into clinical research, I need to take one of these courses, or taking one of these courses is going to help me get into clinical research faster. And I'm going to give my take on that too. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know about the resume review program we've got going on right now. If you're having a hard time breaking into the industry, or you're worried that your resume is not up to par, and a lot of that has to go into how much money you're going to make when they offer you the position, how well you articulated the experience you have. So if you want to make more money, if you want to get into the clinical research field, and your resume is not great, then you want to email me, eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. We have all types of packages for you, and really it's a great program we've got, and I think there's a lot of success out there. There's a lot of success from people that have done it, who have worked with me. Maybe you'll see some comments down below this video, or if you're listening on the podcast, some comments under there. But that's enough about that. But you guys have heard me talk about it before. And we've also offering LinkedIn reviews and interview preparation also, very in-depth interview preparation. So all types of options, all types of packages and bundles you can do. So if you're interested, email me, eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Now back to Barnett. Barnett is probably the leader when it comes to training. Of course, they have a whole catalog here, well-done catalog. So clearly they are not hurting for finances. But one of the things that people talk about is, wanting to get ICH GCP experience and wanting to kind of learn about that. Where do you go to learn about that? Well, one of the places is Barnett's, and you want to just learn more about clinical research, kind of put some ticks on your resume about, about these certain topics in clinical research. And especially if you want to, you're aiming to be a monitor or project manager, it'd be a good idea to go ahead and take these courses now, so you have that experience. Well, I first want to dispel that myth that you need to do any training courses beforehand other than self-train on Google. You do not need to do that. And if you are new to clinical research, or you are, looking to break into clinical research, I would not spend my hard-earned money on any of these courses. Now, if they're offering a course for free or something like that, that's a different story. But when it comes to spending my hard-earned money, I'm not spending a dime on these courses. Now you might be saying, ECRG, that's easy for you to say. You've been in the industry a long time now, and you may not, feel the burden of what it's like to get into clinical research. Well, that's not true, because, a few years ago when I was first trying to get into the industry, it was hard for me to get in industry too. I talk about all the time how many applications you should apply for. I say shoot for 200. I'm not saying that to be facetious. I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying that because I actually applied for over 200 positions trying to get into the clinical research field. So I know how hard it is, and I know how much effort it is. And it's almost like a full-time job just trying to break into the industry. It took me months to do it. So I know about that. And I'm still saying I would not pay a dime for any of these courses. Now, reason number one is this industry is about experience. Now, no matter how much money these courses cost, no matter how many degrees the person teaching it has, no matter how many certifications that person has, they are not able to give you experience or any worthwhile experience in a matter of a day, a week, 2 weeks at some facility or something like that. It doesn't matter. This industry is about experience. It does not matter what kind of fancy degrees you have or what kind of, whatever you may have. This is experience. So the most important thing you can do for your success to get into clinical research is get some experience, where that's interning, volunteering, working, a low wage job at a clinic, whatever it may be, working at a CRO, as whatever it may be, your best bet is to get experience. Now, the reason why, and a lot of people may not realize this, but the reason why these courses are expensive. Now you're thinking, okay, a course is, I was just looking, $1,600. That's just for 1 to 2 days of instruction. Why is that expensive per person? Well, you've got to think, a lot of these courses are for business professionals. So that means that their company is paying for these courses. It's not them. So that's who these courses are really geared for. Most likely people are not going to be paying for these courses out of pocket. Like for myself, the company I work for, they offer a stipend you can use yearly to pay for any type of continuing education. And this is something that's across the industry. A lot of places will offer that every year, some way for you to continue your education. A lot of companies will pay for your SOCRA certification. They'll pay for your membership in these organizations. They'll pay for that because they want to make sure that you're the best clinical researcher you can be. And one of the best ways to ensure that is to attend classes like this and to go to conferences and things of that nature. So most of the people, companies are paying for it. So that's why I would not spend my hard-earned money. That's one of the reasons why I would not spend my hard-earned money on attending one of these courses, because your company should be paying for it, or the company that you're going to be working for. So I kind of mentioned two things there in one. So the first thing you got to think about is they don't care about what kind of courses you've taken. They want experience. So it's not going to help you trying to get into the field. 2, these courses are expensive and companies will pay for you to go to these courses. So there's no reason why you should pay for it when a company will pay for it. And trust me, that's tax deductible. That's why they're willing to pay for it. So yeah, that's two big things why I would not pay for these courses. And, those are pretty big things because people are always looking for ways to, expand their knowledge base and really understand how they can get into the clinical research field. And look, Barnett is probably the industry leader when it comes to these training things. So that's something to keep in mind. But they do have, for study coordinators, new study coordinators are wondering, all right, how do I get these ICH GCP training? Well, one way to do it is do it through Barnett's. The site will pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. So you'll get ICH GCP. Another way, how do you get IATA training, the shipping of dangerous goods? I'm not sure if Barnett's offers that, but it's another company that offers that. So that's that. How do you get all these different trainings? You go to a company like Barnett's and they'll do it for you. They have classes all the time doing this stuff. And I just passed the ICH GCP course. Then they offer other courses too, some in person, some online. They've got all types of stuff. And you can kind of see in the B-roll if you're listening on YouTube that I just kind of shot through the book, different shots. So you can kind of see all the different courses that they have, FDA, GCP inspection findings, eTMF implementation strategies, e-source document initiatives, and things of that nature. So they've got all types of courses for you. And once again, these are really for people that your company's going to pay for, and you're already in the industry. That's another thing. These are for people that are already in the industry. And I don't know if you got that from what I was saying earlier, but that's a big sticking point. You should already be in the industry before you're taking these courses. Hence why your company would pay for it, because it's really going to benefit you. So that's my thoughts on that. Other than that, I really wanted to address the angle that should you do these courses before you are actually in the industry? Because a lot of people have been asking. And the answer is no, you should not. You should wait till you're actually in the industry to do these courses, because they're expensive and your company will pay for it. But also, it's not going to really help you. Because one thing is, if you go to the course and you learn something, but then you're not in the industry, so you're not really using it on a day-to-day basis, you're likely going to forget, and that knowledge is just going to go out your head. You're not going to be applying it day in and day out too. So it's really not beneficial. And that's really who these courses are geared for. And of course they'll accept you if you're not with a company, if you're not employed. They'll definitely take your money, but that's really not who it's geared for and who I think would get the best benefit out of. And I just want to let you guys know, because a lot of people that listen to this channel are people that are trying to get into the field. Some people are already in the field. Actually, a lot of people are. I don't know the breakdown of the audience, maybe 50-50 or so. But of course, a lot of people have come by Barnett. So I've never taken one of their courses before, so I can't really speak on the quality of their courses. I'm sure they're great. They've been around a long time and they do offer a lot of them. So I'm sure they're good. But I can say that taking one of their courses likely will not benefit you in any positive way, unless the employer tells you that they want people that have taken a course or something like that. But even so, a course $1,000, over $1,000, I would not pay. I would definitely focus more on experience, particularly where you're actually making money too, than taking a course. Because all the stuff that they're teaching, you're going to gain over time anyway in your own profession, or you're going to be able to have a company pay for it for you to go. So that's something I would think about when you hear about these training courses. Definitely if it's free, sure, you'll take anything that's free. That could potentially help you. But if it's not free and you have to pay, I'd be wary of that. So I just want to do this video since I got the catalog. Thank you guys for listening. As always, if you're interested in any resume review, LinkedIn review, any type of interview preparation, eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Peace.